6 a.m. in the Middle East. While the world was still asleep, a fleet of high-precision strike craft crossed into Iranian airspace, undetected and lethal. Exactly 125 minutes later, the trajectory of modern history was altered forever. A massive explosion rocked a secure compound in Tehran, and within seconds, the news started rippling across the globe. The supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, is no more.
خامنه‌ای در راه سربلندی حرم جمهوری اسلامی ایران شهد گوارای شهادت را نوشیدند.
This isn't just another headline. It is the moment the world has feared for decades. The red lines have been crossed, the leadership has been lost, and the shadows of a global conflict are now stretching across every continent. How did the world's most guarded leader fall? And what happens now that the unthinkable has become reality? The roots of this morning's tragedy go back nearly half a century. Since the 1979 revolution, the relationship between Iran, Israel, and the United States has been a ticking time bomb. What began as a strategic divorce turned into a deep ideological divide. For decades, the world watched as sanctions, proxy wars, and diplomatic failures pushed both sides to the brink. But by early 2026, the situation reached a point of no return. Following a series of strikes on nuclear facilities and rising internal pressures, the Iranian leadership found itself in a corner. Intelligence reports from the CIA and Mossad suggest that on February 28th, a rare high-level meeting was convened in Tehran. The supreme leader, along with the top brass of the IRGC and the Defense Council, gathered to discuss the nation's next move. It was a moment of absolute vulnerability that the West had been waiting for. As the sun began to rise over the Alborz Mountains, the strike was initiated. Precision-guided missiles designed to bypass the most sophisticated air defenses struck the heart of the compound. The impact was absolute. The news of the supreme leader's passing sent shockwaves through the streets of Tehran and across the capitals of the world. In an instant, the man who had guided Iran for 36 years was gone, leaving a massive power vacuum in one of the world's most volatile regions. But the story didn't end with the smoke clearing over Tehran. Almost immediately, Iran's military apparatus shifted into a state of total war. Operation True Promise 4 was launched, a massive retaliatory strike involving hundreds of ballistic missiles and suicide drones. From Tel Aviv to the American bases in the Persian Gulf, the sky was lit up with the fire of interception and impact. Dubai International Airport, a hub of global travel, was forced into a total blackout as drones targeted nearby infrastructure. The humanitarian cost is already staggering. Reports from the Iranian Red Crescent indicate that over 550 lives have been lost in the initial waves of the conflict, with many more injured as the fighting spreads to Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen. The distinction between military targets and civilian areas is blurring by the hour. In the West, the reaction has been polarized. While some call it a necessary move for global security, others fear that the assassination of a head of state has set a precedent that could lead to a catastrophic Third World War. Right now, Iran is in a state of official mourning, but beneath the surface, a fierce struggle for the future of the nation is beginning. An interim council has taken control, but the question remains: will the new leadership seek a path of de-escalation, or will they utilize their remaining arsenal to ensure that the entire region burns with them? We are standing at a crossroads. Oil prices have surged past record highs, shipping lanes are closed, and the global economy is bracing for a shock unlike anything seen since the 1970s. This isn't just Iran's crisis anymore, it's a global emergency. The world we knew yesterday is a memory. What happens in the next 48 hours will determine the fate of millions. Stay tuned as we continue to track this developing story. The map of the Middle East is being redrawn in blood, and the consequences will reach every corner of the globe. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for urgent updates. What is your take on this unprecedented escalation? Let us know in the comments. The world is watching.